I'm back up in this bitch. We back up in this bitch. I'm back up in this bitch. We back up in this bitch. I'm back up in this bitch. We back up in this bitch.
Welcome to the rabbit hole, everybody. I'm Saren. This is
Mar.
This is Mar.
This is Mar. This is Darren. There's a quote that I seen that said something along the lines of change is the only constant. And I think that's what's really fucking going on. Is people avoid change so much, but the only thing that's going to constantly happen through your life is change. It's the only constant. Nothing's going to stay the same.
Humans are so silly. We demand change in our phones
and
products, but we don't demand change in ourselves.
More often than not.
Which is weird. And I think it's like, and you're also saying for some reason people like, you said not changing is comfortable. And I just want to say before I forget, we could move this wherever, but your comfort zone is comfortable and it keeps you there. But in order to change, you have to, what was that quote? It's like, your comfort zone has to become no longer comfortable or something like that. That's when usually people change. It's like once your comfort zone is no longer comfortable, meaning like if you're just chilling doing nothing and you're uncomfortable with yourself, not happy with yourself, your comfort zone is no longer comfortable. And I feel like that is a good way, like a indicator of when it's time to change. Like, because sometimes people are like, well, how do you know when to change? It's like, I don't. And that's maybe a good point. I don't know.
There was something I wrote after tripping on, like once I first started reintroducing psilocybin into my diet in 2014. There was something I wrote that is something along the lines of comfort keeps creativity contained.
Yeah.
And
David Cho says something like that too, right?
Oh, maybe that's where I got it from.
Comfort kills art or something like that.
Yeah, maybe you did say something like that. Comfort is a creativity killer or something along those lines. Yeah, that's probably where I got the idea from. And then when you're tripping, you just start, your thoughts just take in all the shit that you've heard recently.
We probably also read it too, you know, there's probably a lot of things artists say.
Yeah, who knows?
But yeah.
Fucking, there's one thing I was thinking of, like, why someone should want to change, or why they would want to change, or why I realized I wanted to change when, you know, like I said, once I started using psilocybin again. It's when I started asking, I was tripping, just asking questions, like, to myself, like, looking in the mirror, kind of like, are you, like, really the best possible version of yourself? Like, are you, I don't know, just when you look at yourself, there's the idea of a multiverse, and I think that's the idea that there's an infinite amount of simulations kind of our life, or simulation of our world going on. So there's an infinite amount of you and me all throughout the universe, and they're doing either making slightly different life decisions or maybe major different decisions, and they either there's the best version of you out there somewhere, and then there's the worst version of you out there somewhere, and then there's everything in between. So you got to look at where are you on there.
That word, the term you use, is that different? Because fractal's almost like world within a world, right?
Yeah, fractal's almost like something that like repeats. Like it could, like you could look at a small piece of a diamond and it looks like that, and then you could look at a big ass diamond. It's almost just still looks like that little thing, but just repeated almost until it recreates. I don't even know how to explain a fractal.
Would that be like Men in Black, where they like open the lock, like when they had the whole universe and the cat's necklace? And then they're inside a locker that's in a bigger universe? Or would that be more like what you were just talking before? You remember that movie?
It might be a combination of both.
Because remember the cat?
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
Lion's Belt, and it was the galaxy in the whole universe in that universe, and then they were in a locker that was in a bigger universe. That was a fucking trippy movie.
I don't know, I think that the idea of the multiverse is more like, you know, just like out in space, like other planets like us. Not exactly like that, but I mean, it could be that too. I don't fucking know. I guess it's open to interpretation, but...
I guess I'm thinking more like Horton Hears a Who type shit too. Remember how he hears the
I
flower?
haven't seen that.
There was it was Dr. Seuss. That dude had to be on some
But
he heard an elephant heard a little flower, and then there's like people living in the flower, and he could hear this whole little thing. They're like microscopic in there, and then they have almost like the Grinch too, how like the Who's live in a snowflake. Like it's just there's a world and there's a snowflake, and they live within the snowflake.
Yeah. There's a lot of storylines like that.
It's fucking weird. It makes sense why people are fucking trippy. You look at the movies.
I just when I was thinking about that, I would look at what I think the best version of myself was, and that version is just like on their shit and way more intelligent than me.
It's almost like
and
what makes you most insecure.
Yeah.
Not in a douche way, not something like you piece of shit, but like someone Someone's like a kind, just someone doing their own thing. You're like, God, I feel like a fuck.
Like the best version of me knows the name of every bone and muscle in the body, like knows everything about the human anatomy. Like, but
it's like it's just where you want, but that's what you're working towards.
Exactly, and you can't get there unless you're willing to change, because you got to start somewhere. If you're not already the best version of yourself, you got to start somewhere.
It's like looking at yourself like it's a martial art class, and like you're starting out as a white belt of yourself.
Yeah,
because you're starting something new.
Yeah,
you don't want to be a black belt of being the old shitty you.
No,
you want to be a white belt of a brand spanking new you.
Other things that I liked to ask myself when I was just like going through a lot of changes. I'm always going through a fucking lot of changes.
It's constant.
My bad. Exactly.
You should never stop changing.
But at least early on in 2014 I would just ask myself, how can you have the best possible impact on the world, like the most positive impact on the world that you can have, and what would that involve you doing? Yeah, and that usually involves making something or some kind of art or business or something. And I don't fucking know. That's like a personal journey, I guess.
Well, I think that's normal though, because I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking weird, but I feel like humans. Well, no, I don't feel like we know. Humans are designed to procreate, to reproduce, to produce, and I feel like you don't have to just have kids.
Just create.
And that's wrong. I'm just saying, like, I think just creating something, whether it's drawing, it feels good, or even just, like, why does, like, there's something about having a kid, something like it's totally like, what the fuck? But when you have a kid, there's all these, like, natural, like, instincts going off in your brain, reward systems, and it's like, you don't have to, if you're looking for that, you want to feel something, but you're like maybe not ready for that, maybe you have a garden, or maybe you start doing some art, like just buy a fucking cat, tend to it, treat your cat, like feed it organic shit, I don't fucking know, but it's like tending to something, creating something, start something, like plant a seed, treat that, like it's just feeling like it just releases reward systems, and you're like, I don't even know if that's the proper, like you just feel rewarding and you feel valuable, and as silly as it is, like I'm just watering a plant, but it's like this plant fucking needs me, bro.
Just seeing something grow too, even if it's a skill that you're developing or whatever it is, just seeing something that you started and then watching it grow, and
especially plants and shit. If you're in hunter-gatherer times, you're growing tomatoes, dude, we're fucking living! And there's a part of you that's like, oh shit, we're eating some, like we're fucking living, even though you just go buy it. It's more rewarding though, and I don't know, it just gives you, like we were talking about in one of our videos, taking your own thoughts like you're trying to take in other content, just taking your own life. Like instead of watching a movie or fucking, take a moment to watch yourself do some shit.
It's so interesting how after your recent mushroom trip, you say so many things that remind me of Terence McKenna, and he's just obviously like so entrenched in psychedelics and stuff, but it seems like more that like so often they give people the exact same messages. Like he had that quote, stop consuming culture or content, one of the two, I don't remember what he said, but
consume your own, or like, I forgot what he
said.
Create your own culture or something.
Culture is not your friend, create your own content kind of stuff, and that's exactly what it comes down to. It's like start creating shit instead of just being a constant consumer, like take in music, movies, all this stuff, never give anything back, like give something to the world.
Be a creator.
Give Meraki.
Meraki. I don't know if this has to do with change or not, but this is something I noticed while I was tripping. You grow up happy, and somehow, at some point, whatever it is, your story is, something could take your happiness away or diminish it a little bit. And I feel like a lot of people aren't even aware that they're chasing happiness like a drug, whether it's buying things. They're trying to figure out what's missing, and they're not really aware. And I'm not saying everybody, or maybe this is just me, so don't freak out. But, freak out! And it's like, so when I see people buying phones or like, and they're upset. Ooh, I got a new like on my video or something, and I see that, and it makes me, instead of like, oh, you're just consuming, oh, it's just like getting mad, I get sad now. I'm like, oh, you just want, like, you're longing for like attention and human interaction, and you want exactly. And I don't think a lot of people realize that though. I think people are just like, because like you're distracted, something makes you happy, cool, I'm on the computer, or I got a new this, and then when nothing's there, you're like stuck with yourself, and you start kind of getting bummed out, and then you're like, where's this new thing? And then when you're tripping, you just realize like, I can constantly do new shit. Like I could just pick up a guitar, I could learn drums, I could go take a new class. Like there's endless new things to do.
That's what's cool about things like yoga and stuff too. Exactly. You don't need anything there, and you could watch yourself progress and get better at something, get to learn your own body more, and it's like I got absolutely nothing here and be entertained for hours.
You got a pillow and a belt, and you're just like pulling your legs different ways while people are talking, and you're like, this is so cool.
It's fucking great.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I think it's you know what too. I think people are scared of change because they don't want to fuck up, and that's where I'm at. Like I'm like, man, I want to do this, but I don't want to fuck up. It's like you just. I think Bill Burr said that. He's like, he makes pies. If you know Bill Burr is, and Joe Rogan's like, you're not like, what makes you straight? Like, you just gotta not be scared to fuck it up. You just gotta accept the fact you're gonna fuck up.
Yeah, he said especially the first one you make.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And not
just
get
expect
mad.
to fuck it up.
Exactly. Have you ever expected something and it doesn't go the way you expect, and it's like totally fucks you up, or you expected things to go wrong and it doesn't surprise you? Like I planned this. I knew this was gonna turn to shit, so I'm not even mad. I knew that. I know you. Yeah. So it's like if you go in that with like trying something new, it's not gonna fucking surprise you. And then but if you're like, I'm gonna make the best pie the first time, and I'm gonna make my living. You're gonna be so disappointed. Yeah, you can't do that. But if you want, but dreams are good.
Yeah.
But you got to take the steps. You can't just jump to the top of a ladder. You got to take each necessary step.
That, and then if your first one does come out good, then you're like stoked. Yeah. You're expecting it to be pure shit.
And then, you got to figure out how to motivate yourself in the right way, so that way you can work towards change.
Right.
Change is huge. It's cool. It's like a fucking...
I hate using the phrase YOLO because it's so fucking destroyed.
But
you really do only live once, and like you have this one unique
Some people
life.
believe in reincarnation or whatever.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have this one unique life. This life you only have one of. So it's like, what are you gonna do with this life? And if you're not changing shit, then it's kind of like you already done everything you're gonna do. Then, like, what the fuck?
Right. It's you also you don't know where things, like you were saying, you don't know where things are gonna go. Like, let's say, like, I'm just using this example. I don't know why. It's just the first thing that popped in my head. Like, if you did want to learn a new language, who know? Like people, like as an adult too, I notice. Go, what's the point? I need to make. I gotta figure out how to feed myself. I need a roof over my head.
Everything's about how you're gonna make money.
Right. And if you, who knows? Like maybe you learn another language. You fucking become passionate about it. You fucking start your own fucking YouTube channel teaching shit. You have some type of energy that people vibe with. And next thing you know, you have your own business fucking doing your own show. And then that opens up a fucking endless... Like, once you have built an audience and people love you, you do whatever the fuck you want because we're just supporting you. Sorry, but just do it!
You got to use your crazy to your advantage.
Right.
I know I do.
Well, it's finding your strengths. And if you're fucking good at planning, or if you're a crazy thinker, or you have a crazy drive, use your strengths.
It to your advantage.
And then work on your weaknesses, but fuck this crab in a bucket shit. Don't be afraid of your fucking change.
Just don't be afraid to fucking change.
Just fucking change, huh?
You're just gonna say fucking caterpillar forever, huh?
Right.
You fucking change into a butterfly, huh?
Yeah, butterflies are pretty. If they didn't change, what the fuck?
I love me some pretty butterfly wings.
Oh, even snakes, they don't really change, but they grow, they shed their skin.
Yeah.
Like, if you're starting to feel fucking
snake in the grass,
it's time to change. Maybe you're just fucking getting confined. It's like if you're looking at a plant and the roots are growing, maybe you're just fucking hitting the side of the pot and it's time to repot yourself.
Very true, and sometimes I feel like that's exactly what psychedelics do. They fucking put your insides into like a bigger pot,
which
so
is
you
your
can continue to grow.
And you have to do proper setting, because if you repot a plant, you can traumatize and fuck up your beautiful plant that you've got right now. So respect it. Respect your change.
Respect your plant. I think that humans have like one of their greatest abilities and like least recognized abilities is the ability to not just to change but to adapt.
Right.
We would not evolve or be where we are or even survive if we don't adapt to things. And that's something that so many people fight, but it's just like, man,
if you don't adapt, you'll be trapped. Ooh, dropping bars, son.
Damn, that rhymed, son. Yeah. I want to keep going off it, but I just don't have the rap skills. I've got dragon staff skills, yoga skills, no rap skills.
It sounds... I have no skills. It's weird because, like...
Sometimes, too, people just... I mean, at least me, I need to be, like, away from other people and content for me to figure out what I need sometimes. Right. And that's what psychedelics help with, is just turn everything off, just lay on the floor, be with your thoughts, and see what kind of life do you really want to live? Who do you really want to be? And if you don't know that, I think like 3 questions I think that are really helpful to ask yourself. If you have no idea what you want to do or how you want to change or anything that we've been talking about just doesn't make sense to you, I think if you ask yourself, what do you love? What are you passionate about, and what are you good at? I feel like if you looked at like a Venn diagram or whatever where the fucking circles meet up, like your calling or your goal and your point in life or whatever is probably somewhere in between all of those. It's what you're good at, what you love, and what you're passionate about. Because they might be 3 different things, but maybe there's somewhere where they all fucking meet somewhere. Who knows? Sometimes
you get worried that if things end, like excitement, like hobbies and shit, and then you're like, fuck, don't be. Just keep chasing bust. Just keep chasing new shit.
Fuck yeah.
It's like that's what it's like when you're excited and happy, that's like a high. And you're just chasing a high and experience. So if you're like, man, I'm not starting to dig this anymore, that's like, it's okay, it's not working out. Go find something new. Now you have a whole new adventure. So it's just how you look at it and just constantly, and that's why I chase that bust.
I think you about said it.
I feel pretty busted
I think you
right
about
now.
Fucking wrapped it up. Me too. I
feel like I need a cigarette.
You fucking smoke after that bust. I'm not going to agree with that cigarette part, but I agree with the whole bust part.
Busting.
Thank you guys for watching us.
Thank you guys. We'll see you next week. Love y'all. Peace.